What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a great day or night whenever you're watching this. Caleb Williams is slowly but surely figuring it out at the NFL level. And through his first 5 games, that's when this video is being made, I've seen a lot of things to be excited about. I've also seen some things like, yep, he's a rookie. He's a rookie. And I think development is the main goal. That's all we want to do is just see development and progress. And I think through 5 games, we've gotten a lot of that. So we're going to talk about it. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe if you like this kind of content. Please like the video. But let me know how you're feeling about Caleb's first 5 games. Where are you at on a scale of 1 to 10 in terms of hype and whatnot? Ultimately, I'm probably somewhere around like a 7 because I like what I've seen. But I also know there's room for more. So those first 5 games, the week 1 against Titans was a struggle. Any which way you look at it, that game was a struggle. The Titans defense is pretty solid. But he was, what was it? It was like 93 yards on 48% completion. That was a rough go. First game, but that D-line on the Titans is pretty good. Jeffrey Simmons is amazing. And the O-line got destroyed, just to put it simply. And they still managed to win that game, largely in part due to special teams and defense. But ultimately, it was rough game to start your career. But week 2 goes against the Texans. The O-line, not good at all in that one. Gave up 7 sacks. And of course, some of those are on the QB. Right, he held on to the ball a little too long sometimes, wasn't processing fast enough, and the Texans' defense was just getting there. And it was a struggle, but it was a little better visually than the Titans game was. He was just getting hammered though. Week 3, he goes up against the Indianapolis Colts, and we see like kind of a show-out game, like, oh, okay, yeah, you can throw the rock. What was it, 363 yards and 2 touchdowns. He was making plays out there, extending plays, hitting the big shots. Looked really solid, except he did have a couple interceptions. He did have a couple of those throws where you're like, ooh, why'd you throw that? And those are throws that your rookie QBs are going to make. Not everybody's Patrick Mahomes out the gate, right? And Patrick Mahomes sat for a year. So there's cool, 363, 2 touchdowns. But, okay, hold on. We had a couple of mistakes that we need to learn from. This is where I'm getting with this. Week 4, he plays a game against the Rams where controls the game the whole way through. I think he was like 17 out of 23, made the right passes at the right times. They ran the ball very, very well, protected him, and they win that game pretty easily, and Caleb looks solid and in command. Week 5, he has his best game of the year, right, against the Panthers, where he throws for like 304 yards, couple touchdowns, has a nice high passer rating, good completion percentage. They dominate the game. And he's hitting the deep ball, the DJ Moore, and you're like, okay. One, it is the Panthers, so let's not hype it up too much. But it's also like, okay, this is what we want to see. We want to see this guy making progress. And I think the most important thing was that he wasn't making those same mistakes, which that's development. Those are the things that you want to keep seeing out of him because he's gonna take a bad sack, he's gonna throw a bad ball. Those things are all gonna happen, but as long as he's doing better and better and better each week, we're going to see him become the elite QB we know he can be. And I think a good way to gauge those first 5 games as a quarterback, what was his passer rating like in the development of that? Week 1, I think it was like 55.7, something like that against Titans. Not very good. Week 2 against Texans. Texans was a rough game. He was getting killed back there. It was 51. So he took a little bit of a notch down, given that, he played a team that is really damn good in the Texans. But then he has the game against the Colts, I believe, where it was like an 80.8. And you're like, okay, that's a good bounce back right there. How do we follow it up in week 4 against the Rams? 106.6. Like, okay, we're getting better and better. Week 5 against Carolina Panthers, he throws a 126.2 passer rating? Really damn good. And then the next 3 games, I think he's got a chance to really to continue this development because he is going to play some cookie-cutter defenses. They're going to play the Jaguars, who have been bad. They're going to play the Commanders, whose defense is very, very beatable. And they're going to play the Cardinals, whose defense has been shredded a couple of times. I think these next 3 games are going to be important to see, like, can he take advantage of the weaker defenses like he did against the Panthers? Can he do it again and again and again? Those are the things that we want to see because the end of the season, second half of the season, has a really, really rough schedule. They're going to get, I think the Patriots defense is solid. I love Christian Gonzalez over there, but then you're going to play the Packers, you get the Vikings, you get the Lions a couple of times, but the Lions are beatable on defense. But the Vikings, that is a very, very nasty defense. The Packers have a very good defense, very good at creating turnovers. There's some good opponents left down that schedule that it's gonna be like the true test for him. But let's get these next few games against the Jags, the Commanders, and the Cardinals. Get some good development under our belt before we go play some of those juggernauts, and we'll be able to take the good with the bad at that point. And of course, he's gonna struggle against some of. He's probably gonna have a couple rough games, but if he plays well in these next few, really get that confidence going, get his connection going with DJ Moore even stronger. And get the guys like Cole Kmet involved. If DeAndre Swift can continue running the ball, Roschon at the goal line, if he continues to be effective that way, they could really be solid. Because the defense in Chicago is really good. That is a really good defense. So if they get good QE play and a decent run game, and the O line is not letting Caleb get killed every game, they're going to be in that potential to be fighting for the playoffs. And I think when you see your quarterback is getting better each week, that gives me hope that as this long season develops, we're going to see some really, really high volume games out of him that are really good. And then we're going to probably see a couple games where we're like, all right, it's a young QB. He's learning the game. And I think that's the thing that gets missed so much is we see a guy like Jayden Daniels come in and just light the NFL on fire. And we forget that those are anomalies. Most rookie QBs take time. They're going to go through some struggles, and they're also going to show some greatness. And for Caleb, I think we're starting to see more and more of the greatness and less of the struggles. And for Jayden, an example, because I'm using him as a comparison, we've seen him be really awesome through the first 5 games. And that's the stuff that you love to see for those guys. But it's also important to understand that's not every QB. Every QB situation is different. Every QB learns at a different level, and they process differently, and how they retain information and how they read NFL defenses comes over time. So we can't get like super high on somebody and say he's going to be the greatest of all time, and we also can't say, oh my God, this guy's a bust after 5 games. Those are the things we can't do, especially in the rookie seasons. Enjoy the development. Enjoy what Caleb is going to do out there, because he's going to have some great games, and there's going to be the downward games. But that's okay. This is part of the development of getting an elite quarterback up to NFL speed. And I think we're seeing more and more of it each week out of Caleb Williams through 5 games. It is a 5-game sample size, but I like what I've seen where the deep ball is getting better. The accuracy is getting a little bit better. He's processing everything a little bit faster than he was the week before. That's the development stuff. That's the stuff that is exciting about young QBs and seeing them progress. Yeah, I just think the bottom line in this video is 1, Caleb Williams is figuring it out, but 2, enjoy the development. Enjoy the ride. Because a lot of times you look back and you realize, yeah, wasn't really paying enough attention back then while he was figuring it out. And it's fun to enjoy that ride, I feel, at least. Maybe you completely disagree. If you do, let me know in the comments. But I think Caleb Williams is going to be amazing. And in the end, he's going to be an elite player. But seeing the stepping stones to becoming that is fun, and I enjoy that stuff. I don't know if you guys like that or not, but I just think Caleb's figuring it out. Let me know in the comments if you agree. If you don't, let me know what you think of him anyway. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe if you like this kind of content. Please like the video, but shout out Caleb Williams. Keep figuring it out. Keep playing well. I can't wait to see what the next 3 games against the Jags, the Commanders, and the Cardinals look like. I think we could see more and more great play out of him. But thanks for watching. I'm done. Peace.